Hey everybody, it's Tammy from LaceyBTV, and this is going to be a review on Men in Black 3.
What up everybody, it's Tammy from LaceyBTV coming at you with a review of Battleship.
I am coming to you today to offer you a review of the movie Seeking a Friend for the End of the World, I think, something like that, Steve Carell. But yes, I just got to see Men in Black 3. Once again, 2 thumbs up, yay! I mean, it was kind of corny, you know, the movie, most of the movies are pretty corny, actually. So, storyline, okay. Will Smith, Agent K. Agent K put away this really bad guy, forgot what his name was, something the Animal. I should know that part, but I don't. So, hey, go see the movie and find out what his name was. Okay, something the Animal, they put him away, they chained him up, put him in jail on the moon. That's how serious it was. Agent K shot off his arm and jailed him. This man figured out a way to get out of jail and to travel back through time, and then to kill Agent K so that he still had his arm and so that he could attack the world, invade it, and take it over. Yeah. So big deal, right? So he does all of this. Agent K disappears. No one remembers him except for Will Smith. Why does Will Smith remember him? So, Will Smith, Agent J, remembers K, so he's like, where is K? How do I find him? What do I want? He figures out a way to travel back in time, actually the same way that the Animal traveled back in time. The best part of the movie, the funniest joke, which was not funny at all, that's why it was so funny. K told a joke about playing with his dad when he was younger, or something like that. Sorry, something in my eye. And then J told a joke too. He was like, yeah, you know, I used to play a game with my dad too. I used to play a game called Catch. But you know what's funny about it? I'd throw the ball and it would just hit the wall because my dad wasn't there. And like, me and my friends, like, well, I was like laughing like, oh, that's terrible. Like, it was funny. Like, it's a funny way to put the pain that you have from not having your father around. Anyway, so he goes back in time. He finds the young Agent K. They bond. They talk. He learns stuff about K's life finally because, you know, modern day or old K doesn't talk to Will at all. So young K was happy. He was living life. He was experiencing it. It was a good K, and a positive K. And they team up together. They fight the bad guy. They defeat the bad guy in this one. And Jay, instead of going back in time immediately, so he doesn't get stuck in 1969 or mess up the space-time continuum, I'm sure, he waits around. He watches. He sees that the monster killed his father. He didn't even know. He didn't even know it was his father, right? Then Agent K kills the monster, so the monster can't come back and kill him in the future. And then that's when you realize that Will Smith was there. He comes out of a car. He's like, Daddy, Daddy, what happened to my daddy? And then Agent K meets him, and he's like, what's your name? He's like, my name is James. Agent J. And then he's like, oh, your daddy, blah, blah. So he can't tell him that his dad died. He takes the little neutralizer out. He nukes him. And then he says, I'm going to tell you the only thing you need to know about your father. Your father was a hero. And that was it. And they walk off into the sunlight together. So Will sees all that. Then he goes back in time. Get this. So let me just break the movie down for you. All of the rest is not important. Basically, Agent K needed to be saved. He was saved. But in the process, basically it's like if Will saves Agent K, his dad dies. So he grows up without a father. And Agent K probably was there pretty much raising him all along, but nuking him and not letting him know. So he probably blanked out his memory and then recruited him so they could always be together. And that's probably why Agent K doesn't open up and talk to him, because he feels like that's a big secret. He doesn't want to tell him that his dad died, so he just doesn't tell him anything. Whoa. But think about it. If he doesn't go back and save K, his dad lives. He gets to grow up with his father, but he's never a Men in Black agent. So like, it's just mind-blowing, crazy. Woo. So I thought the movie was pretty good. So the reason why Jay was the only one that could remember K after K was killed in the future and so no longer existed was because he was there when Kay was alive. Boom. Because he was a little kid, his daddy got killed, blah blah blah, crazy time, that's wild. Whoa. So basically the only way to save Kay, his new best friend, was to allow his father to die. And in the end of the movie, he lets Kay know that he knows what Kay did for him, and they like walk off together. And I think that's gonna be it. Like that's the end of the story.
Battleship. It was good. Yes. So I don't know. I'm waiting to see a movie that I actually don't like. It's odd because every time I go to a movie, I pick the right one and I enjoy it. So, hey. So 2 thumbs up as usual. The beginning of the movie was really long before they actually, said Battleship. Before they even told us what the name of the movie was, there was like this whole long backstory of where they'd been, how they got together, etc. So it was interesting. We just learned that the main character is just unruly. He's a rebel without a cause. He's really, really intelligent, really smart, really good at things, but he just doesn't apply himself. So he's kind of like a reject, and he's about to get rejected from the Navy. But before he can, aliens attack. Aliens from a planet not much different from our planet, so they don't look too different from us, but they're way smarter than us, and they had far better technology, but we outsmarted them because I guess they're way smarter, but we're more cunning. I don't know how to explain that, but we won. So they set it up just like the game, because it's based off the Hasbro game Battleship. I think it's just called Battleship, right? And the way it's set up is you're fighting the enemy. You're kind of guessing where they are by, shooting, just shooting in any little direction. And then if you get close, not if you get close, if you get hit, then you have an idea of where they might be. But then you have to figure out if they're diagonal or if they're horizontal or if they're vertical. And so you can actually sink their battleship, because on the game, the ships don't move, and you have to hit each ship a certain amount of times in order to actually sink it. So it's pretty interesting. So the movie was pretty interesting because they pretty much had to do the same thing, except these ships were moving, so it's a little bit, I guess, more difficult. And in the end, the main character saved everyone's life. He saved the world. He got the girl, but his brother died. Oh, why did he have to die? But it's okay.
The movie Seeking a Friend for the End of the World, I think, something like that. Steve Carell, that other girl that's always in all the Victorian movies. Good movie. Oh my gosh, I like Steve. Okay, I like Steve, the funny guy. Now this Steve was kind of like really mellow, so he was different, but it was like something like The Notebook. It totally ended like romantic, like The Notebook. So basically, Steve, well, you come in on Steve and his wife. His wife runs away from him. They find out they have 3 weeks left to live. There's an asteroid that's about to crash into the world, so you're gonna die. And so it's just interesting to see the things that people do. Some people freaked out, some people killed themselves, some people, embraced the moment, just did a lot of crazy things, sex, orgies, drugs, all that type of stuff. Other people kept on with their normal lives, still ironing their clothes, still going to work every day, still cutting their grass. Like, some people prepared to be able to make it through the asteroid hitting the planet, and other people just lived every day like it was their last, because it basically was. So he basically runs into one of his neighbors. Her name is Penny, his name is Dodge, and they head off on this adventure together. He wanted to go see the love of his life, who he felt had gotten away, and she wanted to go see her family. She had missed the last plane, so they were gonna drive and stuff. And he knew somebody with a plane, so he told her he'd help her. She said she'd help him. So along the way, it's pretty interesting. In the end, they end up falling in love, of course. Who could have guessed? He's like she's 28, he's probably 40 something. So he felt like weird, but he felt for her, she felt for him. And in the end, he tried to fulfill, the promise he had made to her, that she'd get to go see her family. But she didn't want to. She really wanted to be with him, and he knew that was dumb because he really wanted to be with her. So they were in the bed together in the end, just looking at each other, talking to each other about, you know, life. You know, she was really, like, really emotional. She's like, I wish I hadn't met you sooner, and, you know, when we were kids and we could have grown up together. And he was like, he was really calm and mellow, and just, he felt like, you know, I guess he felt like the moment was perfect, so he was just set. And he was just like, no, it couldn't have happened any other way. This is how it was meant to happen. And then, you know, she's crying. He says he loves her. He says, you are the love of my life. And she's like, you're the love of my life. And then you just see, like, a bright light come, so you know that, like, it was over. So it was really sweet, right? I was like, oh, tear. So I liked it. And it had, like, dumb funny moments. So I'd say, once again, 2 thumbs up. Go check it out, you guys. It's not a very popular movie, but it's worth it. To me, it was very, very much worth it. So you guys let me know what you think if you saw it, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.